Work.
We are live at PrisonPlanet.tv, simulcasting the radio show over the internet at PrisonPlanet.tv with a lot of live viewers. I want to say hi to them and all the radio listeners as well. And we're going to be taking your phone calls for the entirety of this hour, because if I get into any news, I will get sidetracked and won't take a lot of your phone calls. I'm going directly to your calls right now at 1-800-259-9231. Then after I do that, I'm going to break down the psychology of Barack Obama and the media literally saying he is the one, he is the savior, he will fix everything, so they can sell the public on signing on to that bandwagon to fully abolish the Bill of Rights and Constitution and bring in carbon taxes, youth brigades, all of it. And the new Bank of the United States they're talking about setting up, there will be another private central bank, just incredible things all coming down at once right now. Normally we wouldn't see the amount of changes for the worse towards the world government in 10 years that we're seeing in a week or two. Everything is accelerated right now. Everything is hyper. It's a quickening at every level. So I'm going to be going over that and a lot of other financial news. Also, A&E has a new drama TV show where 9/11 truthers are terrorists who want to kill U.S. troops, and they're also marijuana heads. So the message is if you smoke marijuana, you're a terrorist. If you're 9/11 truther, you're a terrorist. I want to go over that and play a video clip from that as well, and that ties into the Violent Radicalization Act that we see being implemented, where they're saying that they're going to go after you if you stand up and speak out and expose what they're doing. So asinine to claim that 9/11 Truth that exposes government-sponsored terror would be staging terror. There's no evidence of that, but we saw this talking point start about 2 years ago. Then we saw a small flashbang-type bombing that busted a window at the Joint Armed Forces recruiting station in Times Square. Then mainstream news simultaneously with no evidence said it's probably a 9/11 truther. We then saw Bill O'Reilly. We saw Glenn Beck. We saw all the major channels in unison say 9/11 truthers need to be arrested and, quote, tortured and taken to Guantanamo Bay and tasered. Now, that is in my film, by the way, Truth Rising. We show that. That's why that's, and then New York police come up and say, your cameras are guns and your backpack is a bomb. And they say, we know it's not a gun. We know it's not a bomb. We're going to frame you. On camera. I mean, that is corruption when on camera they do this. So they wouldn't be doing that if 9/11 Truth wasn't such a threat and such a danger to them. So all of you out there, the millions of you spreading the word, I commend you. So that is coming up later in the show. Also, I want to get more into all over the United States, England, and Europe. The government is kicking old people out of their houses, and the very bureaucrats that kick them out of their houses and make them go to nursing homes or send them to the euthanasia centers, the government hospice facilities. I'm not saying all hospice, but the main ones are eugenics and are euthanizing people with morphine, basically, and not feeding them. And the Wall Street Journal's even covered that. This is out of the Globe and Mail. Council official evicted elderly tenants from bungalows, then moved herself in. Then it goes on to say a bunch of them are doing this. This is the type of stuff that we're dealing with here. This disgusting piece of human detritus right here on PrisonPlanet.tv. We're showing you a photo of her on the front page of the newspaper there. Also, gender-bending chemicals in our rivers grow more potent. This is a real environmental crisis, but Barack Obama isn't going to do anything about that. They're not going to do anything about that in England either. This is, again, about taxing the carbon cycle of life itself to regulate all human activity to micromanage our lives. So I'm going to go ahead now, and I am going to go to your phone calls. I just got hot news in from Kurt Nimmo. This is absolutely incredible. Barack Obama has told you he's going to do a lot of things that are unpopular as soon as he gets in the first 100 days. Tarpley was right 6 months ago that it was going to be, even before he got elected, a blitzkrieg when he first came in. That's why the media is hyping him up, building him up as the savior now, so that everybody will sign on and go along with it. Oh, my gosh. Kurt Nimmo's got a story here. House considers repealing 22nd Amendment at Obama's request, and that would allow, of course, a foreigner to be president, and so many other things. So we're going to be going over all of that today. And there's a bunch of new anti-Second Amendment bills being introduced in the House. I mean, they're coming, folks. It's on. It's on. Barack Obama, when he was a state senator and a federal senator, called for total gun bans and even wrote the bills with hand notes on them and has said he believes it's reasonable what Chicago and D.C. have, which is a total gun ban of the people, a monopoly of force by the state. So, I mean, I'm being hit from all sides here. So much is happening. Let's go to your phone calls as promised here. Let me pull up my caller screen here. Let's go ahead and go back because he was waiting last hour and he had a question. I had to cut him off because the guest came up. Joe in the UK, then Mordecai, Mark, Mr. X, Stan, and others. Okay, Joe in the UK, go ahead and ask your question again.
Yeah, please. Basically, as I was saying, in view of the Illuminati and the New World Order, I believe their goal, ultimately, because the Illuminati, as I understand it, are based on satanic and occult rituals and part of that whole affair, is that I believe they're making preparations, as is most Christian and Muslim religions, to basically await the Antichrist. And the seat's already been built. Now, as I read on the web, basically in Muslim religion, which are very similar in Revelation, it's called Qiyamah in the Quran. The Antichrist is called Dajjal. And ironically, in the Quran it tells that he has one eye. That's why we see all these buildings with one eye, with the eye of
Horus. And
that's
why he was had a degree in occult mythology. Was a top scholar. J.R.R. Tolkien, the evil god they worship has the one single burning eye and lives at the top of a pyramid-shaped mountain. Exactly. They throw these archetypal images in our face.
It appears, and I want to just go into this, it appears the occult get their strength through symbolism, and it seems to be everywhere when you really look at it. And
yes, they have a cover of Newsweek.
Ritual sacrifice.
They have a cover of Newsweek just covered with like subgenius type Illuminati symbolism about how Obama is the supreme leader being energized worldwide, and there's all this Kabbalic symbolism.
Yeah.
If you know about the Kabbalah, and I'm for PrisonPlanet.tv viewers, I'm holding up the new Global Elite cover from Newsweek a few weeks ago. We're going to zoom in even more on all these occult symbols. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so basically, again, Islam and Christianity are very much similar in terms of Qiyamah and Revelations. What our Quran says is like we revere the Prophet Jesus because it's symbolic of the day and date. He actually comes back. We call him Isa in the Quran, and he destroys the Antichrist. Now, what I believe is that basically the whole purpose of this Illuminati and world order for centuries has been planning to basically facilitate the return of the Antichrist. And the Quran says...
No, the United Nations admits that they are bringing in a world religious leader, and that if you don't, you can have whatever religion you want, but you've got to worship this one leader and his image, which is broadcast for the whole world to see, television, and if you don't, you are killed.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is there's method in their madness. Do you know what I mean? It's not just for the power for its own sake. And I believe all this is systematic from the First World War, Second World War. It's to create the state of Israel, so they have the power over that. The Quran and the Bible both says the Antichrist will appear between Syria and Iraq, effectively Palestine. Yeah. So I believe this agenda, this occult satanic agenda, is close to it. The Quran says, basically Istanbul will form and become Constantinople. In 2015, Turkey joins NATO. Yeah. So,
sir, listen, I appreciate your call. Great points. I'm going to move on to other callers. Everybody has time. But I want to say this. From a secular position, every time I bring up Bohemian Grove, Skull and Bones, our supposed Christian conservative leaders involved in all these rituals, people say, oh, you're just a Christian. I don't believe in all that. Well, when the Hillside Strangler goes out and strangles women and carves a pentagram in his hand and says, hail Satan, and, makes the Diablo sign in court, that, they don't say to the judge, let's let him go. We don't believe in Satanism. We say this guy's a psychopathic killer and he's a Satanist. But again, there's this disconnect with the yuppies and the humanist and the atheist. They say, well, I don't believe in all of that. Well, I mean, the world leaders do believe it, even if you don't believe it, even if you think it's all made up. They believe they're creating this world Christ. They believe they're bringing in this world government with the computers, tracking everything you do and thumb scanning and face